The Springwell project was launched in response to feedback from people with learning disability and complex needs, along with their families and carers, showing that they didn't feel involved or in control of their specialist healthcare. We know that whatever our needs and abilities, better involvement in our own healthcare means better outcomes. Our aim was to support people to gain the skills to better manage and engage in the planning of their own healthcare. To do this, we needed to understand how our services look and feel from the point of view of the people who use them, what gets in the way of engagement and what could help. We wanted a truly creative and collaborative approach, so we chose to assemble a group of people with learning disabilities and complex needs to work together with staff and facilitators with similar disabilities. Recruiting participants was our first challenge. We put up easy read posters and flyers and used community learning disability teams and other community networks across Sussex, and eventually identified 3 willing participants. Between them, they had a history of physical and mental health issues and expressing themselves through challenging behaviour. They all needed a lot of support in their daily lives and were unused to being in a group situation or commenting on issues. Our first stop was to create a space where it felt safe to build their skills and confidence. To do this, we ran a series of focus group sessions over a number of months, using the model of host leadership. This involves making people feel welcome and valued, giving of ourselves as facilitators and establishing emotional safety. We wanted people to be honest and unafraid to express different views. To encourage this, we played games. The whole group, including facilitators, joined in, setting the tone of the sessions. By the end of the first session, our participants had already developed a group identity, calling themselves Team Springwell. We were responsive and reactive during sessions, keeping the overall structure flexible so that we could develop each one in direct response to the outcomes of the last. We also paid our participants, valuing their input in a socially recognisable way. Initially, people were surprised to be paid for their opinions and ideas, but it built confidence, as well as establishing boundaries and encouraging focus. We used an inclusive communication approach at our sessions, which meant finding out the communication strengths of each person and tailoring how we presented information so that they were able to understand and express themselves in the best way for them. Visuals were our main tool. All written information was easy read. We put visual timetables on the wall, made posters and graphically recorded our discussions as we talked. Giving time was essential for our service user group, allowing us to build learning gradually and for people to process information at their own speed. Devoting the entire first session to getting to know and becoming comfortable with each other proved an invaluable foundation for the sessions that followed. We set up carefully before each session, using the same room and arrangement of furniture and putting posters and graphics from previous sessions on the walls. It created a sense of security and helped focus the group. We also had a quiet room for people to go to if they needed time out. Finding participants with a learning disability and complex needs who are able to take part was difficult and took more time than we anticipated. It was also a challenge sometimes to manage disparate needs within a group setting, but the contingencies we put in place, like the quiet room, worked really well. We employed a co-facilitator with a learning disability and training in advocacy, whose confidence developed rapidly over the course of the sessions, from sitting quietly drawing to graphically recording up in front of the group. Having a peer in this position became a kind of bridge between participants and staff. The whole group went on a tangible journey during the project, becoming skilled, knowledgeable and confident. As a result, Team Springwell are a recognised group of experts by experience and are currently involved in consultation work on access to other healthcare pathways within our trust. Springwell enabled us to truly hear the voices of people with a learning disability. From the focus group feedback, we've developed a set of 4 standards for good engagement that the Trust has pledged to sign up to. Team Springwell have made a film to explain community learning disability services and how they work, and to introduce the standards. The film aims to help people to access services and be prepared to be involved in their healthcare. This project has huge application for other vulnerable, socially isolated groups. It shows that giving people more time, creating a space that's emotionally and physically safe and respectful, tailoring communication support to the individual, and being flexible and responsive, enables people to tell us what they need and to help us to help them. Whatever the nature of your services, you can adapt this template to involve and engage the people who use them.